What's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly MMA live chat. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I'm like super late today. Well, I scheduled it for 9 and now it's 9:13, but if you're in the members Discord, you knew I was going to do a late stream tonight instead of an early stream. But I'm probably going to go for about 2 hours or so, probably an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours. So there's that. I would have been on the 9 o'clock time, but I decided to real quickly do a community post. If you want to see my new setup, I got my PC yesterday that I've been talking about for like a month and a half. I posted a picture of my YouTube setup on the community tab if you guys want to go check that out. I've been pumping out content left and right, and now we're doing another stream. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow too. I don't know. So I appreciate you guys for joining me, as always. Appreciate you guys waiting on me, as always. Nah, not as always. And here's what I really want to say. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to miss Dana White's power slap. I think it's on tonight, right? Or is it not? Isn't it on Wednesdays? I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate you guys and missing power slap to watch the stream. Like I can't imagine I could ask much more, you guys. And we'll talk about Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen. We'll talk about UFC 284, which is Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev. And we'll talk about UFC 285, Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane. And we'll talk about whatever else you guys want to talk about. Throw some questions in the chat, and I'm going to answer them. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Do me a favor if you haven't already, like the stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'm using StreamYard tonight because I haven't even downloaded OBS yet. I haven't had time to fully set up my computer. But, yeah, nonetheless, here I am. We'll go through some questions. What's up, Keep Out? What's up, JJ Smoke? What's up, Tim? Hey, Joey, thank you for all the good content. Thank you for watching the content, Tim. I appreciate you, and you're welcome. We got the late weekly live today. Let's go. Here we are. Sometimes people enjoy, mixing up the time a little bit more than just sticking to the standard time. But I try to stick to the standard time, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Volker Islam. Oh man, I'm going Islam. I just think he's going to be too big, too strong. Hey Joey, what's going on, Kat? Where are we at, Joey? What's up, Will? What up, Joey? White, how was your day? I get it, Dana White joke. My day was good. How was yours? Thank you for coming to the stream, my friend. I greatly appreciate you. Okay. Moicano wants money. Yeah, but will he get it? That is the real question. Sup, Joey? I'll say it till I die. I think Emmett can put on a great fight with Volk. He's the same size, has more power, and has great wrestling. Okay, well, you can keep saying it till you die. I don't know if we'll ever see it. We might lose the year. But you could be right. I'm not totally dismissing that opinion. It's possible. I just find it hard to believe. I think Emmett would get smashed on the feet by Alexander Volkanovski. He's just too good. Volkanovski's too good. What's with everyone claiming Emmett has great wrestling? Who was he ever taken down? Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I think he out-wrestled Danny Gay a little bit, but nothing substantial. And outside of that, I can't really remember off the top of my head without looking at his resume. The boys are back. He's here. How you doing, big man? What's going on, my friend? Joey, had thoughts on my thumbnails? Thoughts on your thumbnails? Let's take a look. Where are you at? Let me see if I can click on your name. Oh, now I got to go here. Let's take a look. I see you're making videos. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't mind. I think they're pretty funny. Did you just start this channel? What made you start this channel? Did you hear me talking about it the other day? I didn't care if someone would clip the channel. Is that what made you start it? I think they look pretty funny. So there you go. There's my thoughts. Cannoli with Mr. 2 subscribers. Started up January 31st, so it's for 24 to 48 hours. Not too shabby. Let me click on this here. I'll even give you a quick like. There you go. Boom. You got a like for me. Okay, where are we at? Jay, what holds up your monitor? It looks like it's just floating there. Arm. There's a monitor arm. It's mounted to. so it's fully adjustable. Yeah, it does look like it's just floating there, doesn't it? I just looked at the picture again. That is kind of funny. Let's see. Yeah, and for those of you who, for some reason, don't want to look at the community post, I also posted it on Instagram at MMA Joey C. If you want to go check it out, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MMA Joey C. Saw this set up on your story on Insta. You should also get some LED lights on the back of the wall saying MMA Joey. I don't know, man. I feel like that's kind of played out. I feel like everybody does that. But maybe. I'll never rule anything out. What's up, Jungle? That's the smallest garbage can I've ever seen. I don't really use it too much anyway. I don't make garbage up here outside of my water bottles. So it's kind of just sitting there. I think there's one water bottle and I just tossed into it. These live streams are always great. I appreciate you missing out on Power Slap. Power Slap starts in 45 minutes. Okay, I appreciate you missing the pregame for Power Slap. Hey, Joey, how does Paulo Costa do at light heavyweight? I don't think he does. I don't think he's highly successful by any means. What's up, Tommy? What's up, Brendan? Is Fedor Bader Saturday or next? This Saturday. The late night streams be fire. Appreciate you, Brendan. Yeah, I mix it up. How would Prime 2016 Nate at 155 go versus Holloway at 155? I think Max Holloway would box him up. Yeah, I think Max Holloway would beat him up pretty bad. What's up, Billy? Menifield versus Crute. I think Crute gets finished again. Your thoughts? I'm 50-50 on that fight. Ask me next week. I'll be streaming a bunch next week. Off the top of my head, Crute's been inactive. Been finished in his last two fights. Menifield's kind of on a come up. But I still think it's 50-50. There's a chance I go with Crute. I'm not high on Menifield at all. By the way, guys, if you have not watched it yet, my video grading UFC 284 is out on the channel. Let me go see how many views it's gotten so far. I released it earlier today. So if you guys want to know what grade I gave UFC 284, it's how good is UFC 284 Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. It is out on the channel. So almost got over 1,000 views. So yeah, it's almost got 1,000 views. Not bad for only being out for a little bit, not too long. The views on the channel are picking up, which I'm always happy with. So if you guys haven't watched that video, watch it after this stream. Do me a favor. Where was I at? Strickland versus Costa, who and how? Probably Costa by TKO. Costa puts so much volume on guys, and I think he has much more power than Strickland. So, yeah, I would probably go Costa TKO. Interview today, Chandler says he walks around 185. Do you think it's the best guy he can beat at welterweight? The best guy he can beat at welterweight? I have no clue, my friend. He's not beating anyone in the top 15, I'll tell you that much. So, it'd be someone outside the rankings. I don't know. Chandler's got a sus chin, so I don't trust him to get it done against pretty much anyone. Appreciate it. What made you start the channel? Was it I was talking about it the other day or what? See, you just started it. Let me know. How would Blades versus Lewis rematch go? I think Blades beats him. I picked Blades in that first fight. But, yeah, I think he beats him most likely. Because the wrestling will be too much. But Lewis could knock him out. He's got that nuclear power. Who is Jam? I don't know what you're talking about. How's the new setup if you had a chance to make a video? If you had a chance to make a video, how good is the difference? I haven't got the full experience yet, but I've done 2 videos. One video I did was 15 minutes, 4K. It rendered out in 2 minutes. I don't remember exactly because I had a software update that improved my renders recently on my laptop. But prior to that, a 14-minute 4K render would roughly be about 18 to 20 minutes long to render out. So a significant time-saving increase. And also, before, my editing would be kind of like choppy, like when you're watching it. If anybody's ever edited, they know there's like some choppiness to it. And you have to lower the resolution by half just to get a smooth editing experience. Now I can put it on full 4K and edit in full 4K. and it's flawlessly smooth. So it's incredible. My setup before was nice. Don't get me wrong. My laptop I bought was nice. But if I had to grade it, I went from like a 6 to a 9.5 to put numbers, to substantiate numbers for the claims. Jamal Hill fighting next. I think he's going to fight Magomed Ankalaev. Do you ever go to UFC events? Occasionally. Hey, what's up, Joey? Listen, while I'm at work, after 284, us UFC fans are going to be spoiled with back-to-back amazing cards. I can't wait for Jones versus Ciryl Gane. What's up, Sobro? Joey, who you got, Jan versus Marab? I got Jan all day long. My bad. I was trying to say who is Jamal Hill fighting next. Okay. Yeah, I think he's going to fight Magomed Ankalaev. Unless Yuri makes like a miraculous recovery, then, that's possible. But I don't think he's going to make a miraculous recovery, to be quite honest. So I think we're going to wait for his return later this year. And we'll see Yuri fight for the belt probably early 2024, late 2023 at best. Going to Buffalo Wild Wings for UFC for the first time for 284. Can't wait. Well, I hope you have a good time. I used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the fights way back when. I haven't done it in many years. Many, many, many years. I can't believe Dana White's actually going to charge pay-per-view price for a Power Slap finale. I wonder who will buy that. Hopefully nobody. Dana will probably lie about how many pay-per-view buys it did, though. Probably say, yeah, it did great. There's no way. I see less than 500 pay-per-view buys on that. Do you see any way Miocic can beat the winner of Jones Gane? Definitely. Gane has holes in his game in terms of wrestling, and Miocic also has knockout power. So, would I favor Miocic? Probably not, but he could definitely beat both those guys. Man, I remember Fedor in his prime in like 2007. He always had the dad bod and just dominated everyone. There you go. I didn't really. I've seen highlights of his prime, but I haven't seen, in general. I haven't seen, I never watched it live. I forgot to tweet out the live stream again today. Let me go tweet it out. Join me for my weekly MMA live chat. Boom. Tweet that out real quick. I wish I would have saw Fedor in his prime. Hey, man, is anyone going to be back up for Volk Islam? Doesn't seem like it. And if that fight somehow falls off, that card is going to be dead. There's no way that's a pay-per-view. Do you find 3 fights between Stipe, DC underrated, feel like they aren't talked about enough? That second fight was incredible. DC was winning the entire fight. And then I think it was mid-third round. Don't quote me on this because I might be mistaken. It's been a bit. But like mid-third round, after DC won the first 2 rounds in the first half of the third round, Stipe makes an adjustment, and then 4th round finishes him. I picked Stipe in all 3 of those fights, by the way. Is a few months of takedown defense training enough to nullify Jones's wrestling? I'm going to say no, but the size of Gane and the fact that Jones isn't used to fighting guys that size could also be a factor. How would Poirier versus Jorge at 170 go? I don't know. That's an interesting fight, but they train together, so I don't think that there'll be crap. What did I just do? I don't think that'll ever happen anyway. So if it ever happens, I'd probably favor Dustin Poirier at this point, but I don't know. I'm not super confident in any of those. I don't mind Chandler against Masvidal. I don't mind that either, but Chandler just needs to fight an up-and-coming guy. Jalton versus Sergey prediction. Sergey Pavlovich or Sergey Spivak? I think Jalton could beat Pavlovich, ironically, but probably lose to Spivak, as crazy as that sounds. But I could also see him losing to both of them. Joey, do you know my name and my Discord name? I'm pretty sure it's the Usman one. To be honest, unless Chandler fights smart, he could get Askren treatment if he goes against Masvidal. Dude, I think Masvidal would flatline Michael Chandler, to be quite honest. I think he would flatline him. Do you have Holloway winning the second fight versus Volk? My prediction, I had Volk, and the decision, I thought Volk edged it out. It was very close. So to answer your question, no, regardless of what the question was. The answer was no. How would a fight between Aldo and Arnold Allen have gone at featherweight? Prime Aldo would have probably wrecked him. Outstruck him, beat him up, chopped his legs up. How is the live experience going to the UFC? It's fun. It's a good time. I mean, it's not as good of a viewing experience, but the atmosphere is pretty crazy. Imagine power slap guys calling themselves athletes disgusting. I was looking through the upcoming cards from March 4th through 18th. We get 285, Yan Corey, and 286. That's crazy. March is going to be good for us MMA fans, and it's right around the corner. Right around the corner. Will you watch The Ultimate Fighter if McGregor's the coach? Probably not, to be honest. I'll probably catch highlights. How's your evening, brother? My evening is good. It's very, very good. Very, very good. If you guys could do me a favor and run up the likes on the stream, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay, read that. Does a fight between Lewis and Biggie Boy interest you? I think it'd be interesting. I'd probably go Jairzinho Rosenstruck. I think he would win. I think he's more technical. And I think Derek Lewis is falling off a cliff at this point. So I would go Biggie Boy. Who do you think's going to win, Gilbert Burns or Jorge Masvidal? I think Gilbert Burns dominates. I think he takes him down. I think he outstrikes him. I think he outgrapples him. I don't think he's going to submit him. But he's going to beat him up. Anyone struggling to get hype for this weekend's fights, lack of star power? I'm not excited at all, to be quite honest. I think this weekend's card is garbage. I wonder what Chandler's getting Conor for Valentine's Day. Dude, Chandler is such a Conor. I'm not even going to go any further. You guys know what I want to say. Is Volkanovski versus Islam the most credible super fight as compared to Conor versus Alvarez? DC versus Stipe, Cejudo versus TJ? I don't know. I mean, Conor was legit champ and so was Alvarez. But Conor had a loss to Nate Diaz before he fought for the title, and he avenged it, but arguably still lost. And it kind of dampened the whole thing. DC versus Stipe was good, but DC was only really championed by default because Jon Jones was gone. Cejudo versus TJ. Cejudo, in my opinion, got a robbery win over Demetrius. But you could kind of pick apart Islam too. Well, he just won the title. So I think it's kind of on the level. But it probably should be hyped up more because Islam's looked so dominant and Volkanovski's been fighting top of the food chain fighters for a while and has been super dominant. Dude, Chandler's been so annoying with his recent comments of Armin. I hope the UFC doesn't reward him with a counter fight for holding his ranking hostage. I'm going to finish that off. Yeah, I hope they don't reward him either. Stipe's wife's in my DMs. It's in my DMs, literally proof in the Discord random section. What are you doing? I don't understand. What is that about? What is that even about? Oh, I see. I read the message. What is flips? What is flips, Patty? Is it talking about like flipping a house? That's crazy, though. That is crazy. I like how you worded that, too. Joey, thoughts on Irene Aldana Pennington being targeted for the main event of UFC San Antonio? No way they seriously expect fans to pay for that garbage. The fact that it hasn't been fully announced yet leads me to believe they're attempting to work on something else, but that's their backup plan. I think they're working on something else, but that's a backup plan. So, Jones always struggles against taller fighters, and Reyes would catch him a lot. I feel like Gane is a bad matchup for him. Well, we'll find out in 1 month. We will find out in 1 month. I just bumped my table and now my microphone's shaking like crazy. His only wins are against Dan Hooker on a losing streak and past his prime, Tony Ferguson. He had the dead corpse of Tony Ferguson. Dude has such entitlement only because he fights reckless. He's got that Dana White privilege. He's got that Dana White privilege, and that's why. I mean, the fact that Chandler thinks he's owed anything when his wins are against the dead corpse of Tony Ferguson and Dan Hooker, who that win hasn't aged well at all. Do you get a special feeling when Conor fights? Almost feels magical? No, I don't. I mean, there's definitely a lot of hype around it, but I don't feel magical. I don't get all weird and tingly inside, if that's what you're asking. I mean, I get excited for most fights, big fights. So, I mean, my heart's pounding a bit. I'm excited for the matchup. I'm hoping for an exciting fight, but I don't feel like something magical is happening. I don't feel butterflies in my stomach, if that's what you're asking. If Jorge beats Burns and Edwards wins, will the UFC give Jorge that championship fight? Probably. Probably will. And Hamza can beat the winner. Colby versus Bilal, who wins? I'm going Bilal. Do you think Volk gets finished in under 2.5 rounds? No. No, I don't. I think Volk's too durable and too good. Could you imagine, though? If he did? That'd be straight up crazy. I mean, that would be insanity. I mean, it would be straight up insanity. If Islam goes out there and finishes Volkanovski in under 2.5 rounds, that'd be nuts. But no, I don't think so. I don't think he does. I'd be shocked if he did. Let me put it that way. What are doing? I don't know what you're saying. I could see him getting finished like late third round. So that's kind of cutting it close, though. But nah, I think it's probably, if it's a finish, it's probably like fourth or fifth round. If I gun to my head, I'd probably go decision right now, though. They need to cut Chandler for ducking Armin and brown nose and Connor. That's true. Rental flip. I figured it out and remodel. That's pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool. Chandler can't beat Armin or Gamrot and is a 5-rounder. Crazy how these higher ranked guys can flat out deny these hungry up and comers. Well, people said that a while about Justin Gaethje, and look what happened. So let's not crucify him just yet. Jack Della to fight 4 times this year and be in the top 5 by the end of the year. Hope no, it's not going to happen. I'd be shocked. Top 5, no. Top 15, okay, maybe. Is Volk clearly the 145 GOAT? Depends. If you count Jose Aldo's WEC run, it can be up for debate. But without his WCE run, probably Volkanovski is the GOAT. Let's say Volk becomes double champ and Edwards retains his title. Do you think Volk has a shot at beating Edwards? How does that fight go? I think he'd be too small. Too small. No, he doesn't have a chance of beating Edwards. How would Ian Gary versus the Leech go? I think the Leech probably sleeps him, to be honest. Ian Gary leaves his chin up. Not great defensively in the striking. Yeah. What's up, Big Chief? What's going on? Hustling. Joey, just saw your community post, and I'm shocked you don't have 2 monitors. Think you benefit a lot from having 2, I think. That's a goal of mine eventually. I'm not going to spend, I'm not going to spend $10,000 a month on my YouTube setup. But yeah, I want to eventually get a second monitor, probably this year, before the end of this year. So feel free to send them donations for the second monitor. I still need to pay for this computer. This computer was almost $5,000. So I'm just trying to slowly invest in a nice setup. I just like having high-end tech anyway. But, I'm slowly investing in the channel, and hopefully one day I get it back. And if not, I got super high-end tech to enjoy. I'm going to try some games on this computer as well. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. And it runs so quiet. It runs so quiet. It's unbelievably quiet. And I'm hyped to have it finally. But yeah, I'll get a second monitor soon enough. Just keep running them donations, Nolan. How would Hooker versus Holloway go at 155? That'd be interesting. At 155, I think it would be a close fight. Holloway wins a decision. What's up, Beast Boy? What's going on? MMA Joey sound like Max Holloway. We're going to find out Saturday night, 1 month from now. Yeah, true. I want to see Rod Tank fight again. His last fight was exciting. Yeah, that was great. The guy he fought was insanely good. I like the new reading comments format. I mix this in occasionally, but this is StreamYard that I have. I just haven't downloaded OBS yet. And I'm probably going to cancel StreamYard because it costs $50 a month to have StreamYard. So that adds up to quite a bit. Yeah. Patty Mills, thank you for the $10 donation. New month, fresh credit card limit. Mom paid off January. Hell yeah. That's going towards paying to this nice machine that's sitting right next to me right now. That's all going towards the PC right next to me right now. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate your $10. And I'm glad that your mom did not notice your I'm glad your mom did not notice you using your credit card to send me donations. So if anybody else wants to steal their mom's credit card and send me donations, feel free. Thank you, Patty. Okay, now where was I at? I seen that pop up. Ian Gary fighting Keenan Song next. Yeah, I think that's a garbage fight. He's going to win that one for sure. I mean, without digging deep into that fight, yeah, that's a matchup the UFC made just to get him a win, in my opinion. Do you put Volk over Khabib in GOAT discussion? Yes. I already put him over in GOAT discussion. Sustained dominance. Could you see a very close decision fight between Volk and Islam? It's possible. It is possible. What's the last card you attended in person? Overeem versus Rosenstrike. Overeem versus Rosenstrike. Can you say with a straight face that UFC product will be worse if women's MMA was completely removed? Yeah. I mean, losing fighters like Valentina Shevchenko, Weili Zhang, Rose Namajunas, Marina Rodriguez would be a net loss, in my opinion. I understand that the depth isn't as much as the men's divisions, but I'd be upset losing Weili Zhang, just Weili Zhang by herself. When's the new second channel for gaming with the new PC? I don't know yet. That's something I'm going to do. I still got to download all the software. I haven't even had time to fully use this PC yet and fully, put it to work, to be quite honest. It's so beautiful, though. It looks so sweet, to be quite honest. But yeah, I'll let you know. I'm not going to take the gaming channel super seriously. I don't even know what I'll name it. And I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do it. But I would like to do it, and I'm curious how many of you guys come over there and watch. Yair versus Allen, who do you got? I will go. I'll say Arnold Allen. But I'm not confident in that pick. Won't be crazy. It won't be that crazy if Islam can finish him in 2.5. Okay. I don't know about all that. Oh, maybe. I don't know. UFC Undisputed. I'm not paying EA. I wouldn't be surprised if Islam subs him in one. That'd be straight up insanity. If that's the backup plan, I'd rather him move to the Apex if it happened, because the San Antonio crowd won't be happy. Only decent fights are Perez Cop and Bruce Leroy, Nate Landwehr. Yeah. That's why I think there is a backup plan. I think there is another plan, and that's just got reported on early. This is a hard question. Don't mind if you skip it. What are your top 3 title fights in terms of skill, and where does Volk versus Islam rank? That is a tough question. Volk and Islam is up there for sure. It's hard for me to think of every title fight ever. I mean, Pereira Adesanya was up there. I mean, that was an elite display of striking. I mean, not really grappling too much, but you get the point. I'm trying to think what other fights would I really put up there. Volk versus Holloway 2 and 1, really. Were both incredible and highly skilled. And let me think. Definitely not Peña Nunes 2 or 1. Yeah, that's the only. I can't. It's hard for me to think of too many right off the top of my head. But yeah, Volk Islam is up there for sure. At the time, Chris Weidman, Luke Rockhold was 1. Piotr Jan, Corey Sandhagen was 1. Yeah, there you go. That's 3 of them. Has Islam ever gone 5 rounds or even 3? How is his gas tank? He's gone 4 rounds before against Diaco Moises. His gas tank is good. Volk is the featherweight goat and a half. Fair enough. At least Chandler has fought 4 guys at the top. Colby has fought anyone in the top 10 other than Usman. I know what you mean. But Colby has fought some guys that were ranked at the time he fought them. But I get your point. I would say exactly what you're saying. Volkanovski's promoting 284 very hard. Islam needs being very silent. Habib promoted 281 for him. Do you think? What do you mean? Do I think? What are you asking me to think? I'm glad they're promoting it, I guess. When Dana retires from the UFC, what are your thoughts on what will be different in the UFC? Changes you would like to see? I really enjoy your content. Hope nothing but success for you and you. Thank you, Clint. I appreciate you, Clint, for the kind comments at the end. And thank you for watching, my friend. If Dana retires, I think the UFC will stop being a whole lot of gimmicky. Like Dana's always moving on from this to that, trying to promote some, cockamamie idea. I mean, Dana just seems like a straight up con man. I'm going to be honest. And changes I would like to see. Stop constantly shitting on fighters you're supposed to promote. More honesty from the top, because Dana's just constantly lying. And I don't know. Off the top of my head, I would like to see less advertisements on broadcast, but that ain't going to happen. So there you go. Thank you for watching, Clint. We appreciate the investment, Joey. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Yep. Next up is 2 monitors. For sure. If you guys want to know what my setup looks like, I posted it on Instagram at MMA Joey C, or you can also find it on the community post. The other problem with the 2 monitor setup is my mic arm is in the way. So I have to move one monitor way over there, having a monitor here, and then I don't know what to do with my mic. I have to bring it in from over here or something. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys want to go check it out, it's on the community tab or my Instagram. Why did Ponzinibbio look so bad versus Alex Morono? He had a full camp compare. Ponzinibbio seemed like he's fallen off a cliff over the past year or 2. Ever since he took that long layoff, he just seems like he's never been the same, to be quite honest. It seems like he's never been the same. Whoa. But yeah, he got to finish in the 3rd round, so I guess he looked okay. I'd be very surprised if Islam subs Volk in the 1st. Yeah, I would be shocked. Who's finishing Volk in the 1st round, honestly? Nobody, I don't think. If someone finishes Volk in the 1st, it's going to have to be a KO. I might have to go bet on Islam by 1st round KO. I wonder if you can even make that bet yet. I bet you that pays great odds. You could put $2 on it, win 100. Let's see. Let me take a look. Oh, hold on. I got to turn off my VPN because it's stopping me from being able to log in. Okay, there we go. Let's go MMA. Ew, I'm looking at the card. Where is it at? Okay. Okay, method of victory. Method and combo. You can't pick the winner. Show all. It doesn't show me. It says plus 950 for KO TKO round 1, but it doesn't let me pick the fighter. So if I go Islam, does it let me do that? Nope, it doesn't let me do that. For KO or TKO round 1 is plus 950. So $5 bet wins you $50 essentially. But imagine if you picked Islam as well, that would make the odds even greater. It'd be ridiculous. But it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Islam has underrated power. That's what got me thinking of that. Beast Boy, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. What do you think of the UFC Prime partnership? I think it's garbage. I think it's another scam by the UFC. I mean, Logan Paul's out there doing crypto scams, NFT scams, scamming people out of millions of dollars. And then, oh, yeah, let me just sign a Prime deal with the UFC, and they're going to rename the corners the Prime Hydration Zone. Dana just wants to squeeze every red cent out of every possible deal possible. So I don't care for it. Is it really going to affect us? Not that much. But, I'm not necessarily jumping for joy. Who's the hardest fight for Shavkat in the top 5 welterweight besides Hamzat? Probably Usman. Curtis Blades versus Spivak prediction. I'd probably go Curtis Blades. You can now watch Power Slap on your new PC. Count me out. What's up, Torin? How do you think Rodtang would fare in the UFC? He'd get taken down and beaten up. Yes, that is true. What's up, Rhythm? UFC needs the women's division so they can fill out. Yes, they do. Gaming Joey, yeah. Follow up to the initial comment. I get that they're solid female fighters and their fights are great, but every division is incredibly top heavy and doesn't seem to be getting better. Yeah, I think the UFC needs to fix that. I think the UFC needs to develop talent. Go watch my video about abolishing women's MMA. I discuss it in there that the UFC needs to do more to develop these divisions, in my opinion. So, yeah. Okay. Hype for this weekend's fights. Stop it right now. 55 peeps should mean 55 likes. Let's go, people. Like. What's good, Joey? Great job as always. Thank you, Into Thin Air. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, guys, like the stream if you haven't, and double check. Scroll down right now. Double check and make sure you subscribed. We should probably hit 7,000 subscribers, which it seems like we've been trucking towards 7,000 forever because we had that lull in action. Probably should be to 7,000 subscribers before UFC 284, I'm thinking. I'm thinking we will hit it before 284 with all the content coming up next week. So, guys, just double check and make sure you're subscribed. If Islam subs Volkan first, is he a GOAT at lightweight? I wouldn't go that far just yet. I think he would need to get some more wins before we quantify him as the lightweight GOAT. But it'd be definitely a massive feather in his cap for sure. Does Islam surpass Khabib in title defenses with one finish over Volk? No. Khabib had multiple title defenses. 3, I think. Let me check something real quick. I don't know if I put on live chat replay. Let me go check that. Customization. Yes, I do have live chat replay on. Okay, I wanted to make sure because people have been complaining recently. The live chat's not there, but it takes a day to process. Who do you picking in Holloway versus Allen? I'm going Arnold Allen. But I may change my mind. That's my early prediction. Holloway's taking a lot of damage. His confidence has got to be an all-time low. Arnold Allen has some decent power. Max Holloway's defensive striking is atrocious. And I think Allen's going to go out there and put it on him. Allen is a fraud. Best win, Sadiq Yusuf. Fair enough. Yeah, his resume leaves a lot to be desired for sure. Could we consider Volk as a GOAT if he defeats Islam? Yes. Maybe all-time GOAT. Thug Rose Esparza, one of the most Ugh, stop. I hope so. I brought my friends to Austin card, and this card is terrible. They're definitely going to turn away from MMA. Hop off of it. I might not tell them to spend 200, 250 and be upset if it's bad. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't go to this card until the main event gets announced. It is a garbage card. Right now. As it stands right now, it's garbage. But I feel like the reason they haven't officially announced it is because they're looking for something else. They're definitely looking for something else. But yeah, I wouldn't take my friends to see Juliana Pena versus Irene Aldana. They won't be your friends anymore. They will not be your friends anymore. Thoughts on fighting out of the Blue Prime rehydration zone? Corny as hell is my thought. I mean, gee, is the UFC that desperate for money? I mean, they just need advertisement after advertisement, gambling deal after gambling deal. Yeah, I'm tired of it. But what they think is okay, mostly we have young men watching our product and let's advertise to them what we can get them to purchase. And that's why they try to sell us NFTs and whatnot. Is because of that. Yeah, so they think, oh yeah, these young guys in their 20s will buy MMA NFTs and they'll buy, Prime, and they'll go gamble all their money on DraftKings, and they'll invest in nonstop crypto, every cryptocurrency there is. They'll invest in, even if it's going to scam them out of money. So, yeah, not a big fan, and I'm not looking forward to hearing Bruce Buffer say that. As I tweeted out, I think you saw it on Twitter. Here, I'll go read it real quick. By the way, guys, go follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I'm almost to 400 followers on Twitter. I'm trying to get to 1,000 this year. I tweeted out, if I have to hear Bruce Buffer say, fighting out of the red Prime hydration recovery zone, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. We also talked about that in Discord, too. So you probably remember that as well. UFC promoting Power Slap and Prime more than UFC 284 and 285. Such a joke. That is true. When people say, why is Dana doing this and doing that, but isn't Dana just the face of the UFC? He doesn't have any real power when it comes to it. At the end of the day, he's sold his rights. He still has a decent power. He doesn't make every decision, but he still has decent power. That's why people question him. I mean, he's the president of the UFC. Of course they're going to question him. He's the guy that has to take all the decisions, credit for all the decisions. UFC has released 19 Power Slap promotion videos compared to 3 UFC 284 promos in January. It's actually shameless. That is disturbing. I'm so tired of seeing Power Slap in my feed. The UFC's forcing it down our throats. Yeah, I mean, I wish the UFC would put the Power Slap content separate, because I'm so tired of seeing Power Slap instead of, instead of just seeing something about the UFC fights upcoming. For some reason, my chat's not updating. I don't know why. I don't know. StreamYard seems to not be working right now. So I'm going to have to get away from the actual putting the questions on the screen, because StreamYard has now stopped, but I don't want to refresh it and mess anything up. So I'm just going to go reading off here. Where was I at now? Yeah, my chat stopped updating on StreamYard for some reason. And I'm scared to refresh it, because let me see if I can open it in another tab. Maybe I can do that. Studio. Let me see what happens here. Enter studio. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Nah, it's not. Doesn't seem like it's working. So, yeah, I'm just gonna have to get rid of the questions on the screen for now because for some reason StreamYard's now not working. But guys, do me a favor, like the stream. I would greatly appreciate if you like the stream. Where was I at? They should try to put Hamzat on 286 card. No, I don't think it's going to happen at this point, but I would like it. Darren Till should fight Chris Weidman next. Dude, Darren Till would probably even get wrecked by a broken leg Chris Weidman. Loser gets cut, agreed. Not a chance Islam gets it done in one. I agree. Do you ever just want to find a free stream? This $9 a month is killing me, and I know how easy it is. For me, it's not worth the inconvenience just yet. And the unreliability. I don't want to miss the card because of unreliability. The odds gate, but at this point, ESPN Plus is fading away. The odds gave Oliveira a better chance of beating Islam than Volk. That's crazy. But I guess I kind of understand it. But in retrospect now, it seems pretty crazy. I saw that Islam is complaining that the UFC is not promoting his fight, but to be honest, Habib was the one used to promote Islam fight. Yeah, I don't know. I would kind of agree with him, though. I don't think it's super likely, but I could see Volk getting subbed in round one. I could see him getting dropped and subbed, kind of like Charles. Wait, are you serious? They're really called the Prime Hydration Corners? Please tell me it's a joke. No, it's not. Do you think Figueroa reaches top 15 at bantamweight? Yes and no. He may jump in there real quick as soon as he moves up. Like if he gets a win over somebody, like they give him a winnable fight off jump. But hanging there for a long period of time, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, this chat still has not updated. That's so annoying. And I don't want to X out because that's where it's streaming from. So StreamYard, I pay $50 a month and screws me over. Brunson or Dricus Duplessis? I'm going Brunson. I don't trust Dricus at all. I think he's one of the worst top 10 fighters I've ever seen in my entire life. Joe, what do you think about everyone getting mad at Chandler for the tweet? In my opinion, I agree with him. Why would he want to fight down the rankings when UFC is probably talking about Conor? I don't even know if the UFC is talking to him about Conor. He's just begging for Conor left and right. I'm talking about Conor. I'm talking about Conor. I don't even know if they're offering him that. He's just begging for it. I agree. Dana needs to go. Dude's getting old is being cool with full prime send. All these TikTok girls doing media interview, Barstool, not best for business. Don't need the kids watch. Dude, it just seems like dude is just so focused on anything going viral online. Dude's obsessed with online. Lots of lurkers hit the like button. Yeah, if you guys are lurking in the stream right now, let me know in the chat. If you are lurking in the stream, let me know in the chat. We're going to go for a bit tonight. We're going to go for a bit. How long have we gone so far? Where does it say that? Why is my mouse not working properly? We've gone for 50 minutes. We'll probably go at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, yeah. No, I need someone to tell me they aren't called. No, they really are. Why does this weekend's fight start at 10 p.m. Eastern? The prelims do. It's because this card was originally in Korea. And they put a bunch of Korean fighters on there. And now they want to still cater to the Korean market. What would you do if you walk into work and your boss is talking about how great Power Slap is and it says it's the future of sport? Then I'm going to be competing in Power Slap right then and there. Thug Rose times 20 or Glover breaking through at 42. Probably Glover breaking through at 42. At least that ends quickly. Future sports with 2K for slap contestants. Yeah, it's embarrassment. We said the same about Leon that we were saying about Arnold Allen. Watch him become champ. You never know. Why do I feel like Aljo beats Henry because his wrestling is made to tire him out? I don't know, Jackson. Maybe because you have terrible MMA takes. Hey, Joey, for Lewis or Spivak prediction fight video, was that an old prediction? If so, is it still currently the same? Yes. I'm picking Spivak by second round TKO. I thought about recording a new video, but I said, you know what? I'm not changing my pick. People are saying, oh, Derek Lewis is slendered down a little bit. No, I don't care. I think Derek Lewis is still going to lose. But yes, it was an old video. I figured, if I'm not changing my pick, why am I making a new video? When I can make other videos. If you guys haven't seen, I've been pumping out content all week, So right now on the channel, how good is UFC 284, Islam Makhachev, Alexander Volkanovski? Lauren Sanko on commentary at UFC Vegas 68 is an embarrassment. prediction video for Saturday. Guys, go check out the prediction video. I haven't had a video do under 1,000 views in forever, and it's very close to getting over 1,000. So I would greatly appreciate if you guys would give it the bump. The channel's been picking up views lately a little bit more. My Max Holloway, Arnold Allen prediction. Top 3 reasons I love UFC 284. Top 3 reasons I hate UFC 284. UFC 287 breaking announcement. So in the last 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos. 8 videos, 9 videos almost, 10 videos in the last 7 days. That's sick. That's actually really sick. I'm hyped. I'm just going to try to refresh StreamYard. It's got a reload site. It's not. I don't think it's going to work. I was going to try to bring it up, but I'm not going to anymore. I'm not going to put up any more comments because it's not working. If I refresh it, I'm probably going to lose connection. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know why it froze like this. That'd be so annoying if I was doing something super important. I'm just going to refresh it real quick. I might lose connection for a second, but I'll be right back if I lose connection. Okay, there we go. I'm back, and I fixed it. I think I fixed it, so I might only disappear for a second. Did I disappear for a second? Yes or no in the chat? Okay, the chat is back up. All right. Let's see. Where was I at now? I'm not reading that garbage. If they want to have a women's fight at San Antonio, they should have tried to make Namajunas Rodriguez. Agreed. Agreed. Do you actually think he'll say in the prime hydration zone? Yes. I think it's going to be worked in there somehow. For sure. They wouldn't just do it to do it. They put it in the press release. The red and blue corner will be renamed. And they specifically said what it'll be renamed. So if that isn't accurate, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All right. I'm glad we got StreamYard worked out and only lost connection for a second. I would boo if I heard that. Me too. If you ran into Dana and White in the street and he said, "Thanks for being a huge fan. Here's 5 free tickets to Power Slap finale," what's your reaction? Look, I'm not going to be a dick. I'm not going to be a dick. I mean, if someone's offering kindness to me, regardless if I like it or not, I would just be like, "Thank you," and move on. You know, I'm not a dickhead. Okay. If someone offers you anything as a gesture of kindness, whether it's your cup of tea or not, you say thank you and you move on. I wouldn't go though, unless I was like, you know what? Unless I was really bored. Bro said it tastes. Okay, I'm not even reading Jack. Jackson's just a clown half the time. I'm not even reading his dumb messages anymore. Most insiders say, unlike in the earlier UFC days, Dana is more of a figurehead today than almost nothing to do with the day-to-day. I think that's half true. Who wants a sweet drink when wanting to hydrate? Yeah, I don't get it. I'm super hyped to see Tatsuro Taira. I forgot how to pronounce his name. I agree. And I think, isn't he like the first fight on the card? He is one of the better fights. How does Volk the upset? I think if Volk wins, he probably wins by decision and just outpoints him. Lurking. I'm lurking because I'm on the move. Currently lurking. I'm just getting the lurking messages. I must be way, way behind. I must be way, way, way behind. Lurking here. Islam looks better than Habib. I know that sounds crazy. I don't necessarily disagree with you. Not a huge Dana guy, but he's done it exponentially better than anyone else, even people with similar capital. I just can't chalk that up to chance. I know what you're saying. Timing, chance, whatever. If there ever was a 165-pound division, who would you think becomes champ? I'll say Gilbert Burns. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't want a cherry drink after workout. I want some damn water. Agreed. If you had to say, does Volk go the distance with Islam? Because I think probably goes the distance. Don't do it. I've seen this live chat 94. What was your first live chat like? I don't know. It's still on the channel. It was a lot less active than this one, but I just started doing it, talking MMA. We had like 10 people in here. I don't care. Just doing it for fun. Gunnar Nelson or D-Rod? D-Rod all the way. Is UFC at its peak? Is it all downhill from here? I mean, there's peaks and valleys. It'll drop off, go back up, drop off, go back up. That's always the kind of what's been going on with the UFC for years. There was one year, I can't remember which year it was. In the last 5 years, it was just garbage. It was garbage, garbage, garbage. Knowing what you know about who's booked and not, which fight would you make for San Antonio? I'll say Colby Covington, Hamzat Chimaev, but that's not going to happen. But that's what I would book. MMA Joey is the new hot creator on the block. Glad I'm in before 10K. Surprisingly good quality and decent takes. Also oddly funny. Oddly funny. What is that supposed to mean? I don't know. I just wear Venom gear and, the rest takes care of itself. So thank you. Glad I'm in before 10K. Hustling's going to be saying, I was a subscriber of MMA Joey before 10K. Damn, your new PC kind of goated. I just seen the pic. Looks dope. Did you put LED fans in yourself? No, I ordered it like that. Yeah, it's all downhill from here with the hydration corner shit is doomed to be corny. Yeah, for sure. It's doomed to be corny. And the chat froze yet again. So I'm just going back to the regular live stream. I'm not putting the questions up. I'm not trying to fix it anymore. And I'm canceling my StreamYard. Lauren Sanko's just eye candy, just taking her fighting advice to heart. I think she's knowledgeable of the sport. I think you're being a little bit overdramatic. Islam and Volk fight will at best go like Islam versus Armin fight, or it will be like Islam versus Dober. Either way, Islam wins. Fair enough. As a newer UFC fan, the prices of pay-per-view are baffling to me, and I think they hurt the growth of the sport. I can't imagine the average fan paying $70 for 5 fights, $70 for 2 to 3 hours of content. Yeah, it really is. It really is getting to be too much. It used to be $50. This feels like watching WCW. What are you saying? That's sick. I'm hyped. Joey, what are you talking about? It feels like I tuned into Bellator. Yes, you should ask people to put a question mark ahead of their question. That way you can converse in the chat and not clog up your queue. I don't know, man. I usually do that, but I just kind of pop through, and it is what it is. Eventually, it'll get more difficult, but I'm able to keep up right now. Some chats get crazier than this. Like when we get closer to UFC 285, it's going to be pretty crazy. The streams, the pay-per-view weeks, especially the big pay-per-view weeks, the streams get pretty crazy. If Alexander beat Islam, do you think it would bring Khabib out of retirement? No. Do you think Alex goes up straight away if he beats Izzy? Probably. Hey, Joey, sorry I'm late. Who do you got in the middleweight size? Piotr Jan versus Israel Adesanya. I would take Piotr Jan. Don't bet D-Rod. Kind of want to Volk to win via brutal KO just to see the Dagestani's reaction. That would be crazy. Do you think GSP would have beaten Rockhold if he kept the title? No, he would have lost to Rockhold for sure. He would have lost to Rockhold for sure. GSP came in and cherry-picked Michael Bisping and then dipped out because he knew he would lose Yoel Romero and GSP. Or Yoel Romero, Luke Rockhold, Chris Weidman, so on and so forth. Robert Whitaker as well, I think, was next in line. And GSP said, I'm coming back to fight for the title. And he promised Dana White, I'm going to defend it if I win. And then he won it, and that said, eat. What's next for the bantamweight division? Umar, Cruz, Figgy, Aljo, O'Malley, Cejudo. I'm going to say Umar versus Cruz. Figgy versus a fighter who's got a fight currently scheduled. Maybe like the loser of Sanhagen, Cheeto. Aljo's going to fight Cejudo, and O'Malley's going to wait for the winner. 2019 was the garbage year? Maybe. I don't remember. But it may have been. Hey, Joey, who wins, Bilal or Colby? I think Bilal wins. I think he wins. His striking looks ever improved. His power looks really good. His wrestling is pretty good. And Colby just relies on the threat of the wrestling to outstrike guys, and I don't think Bilal is going to be too worried about it. Are you from the Baltimore area or the Philly area? The accent says one or the other. Baltimore area. You probably heard me say that on stream before, though. I don't think you picked out my accent. I find that hard to believe. Call StreamYard Corporate and get a refund? I might very well need to. Will some fighter like Masvidal, Conor, or other big personalities refuse to drink? I mean, they don't need to drink it, I guess. Probably just have it sitting in front of them at press conferences. And if they throw a fit about it, all it's doing is giving more promotion to the product, to be quite honest. Joey, what's up, brother? Great show as always. Thank you. Appreciate you, Blood Money. Appreciate you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Usman is my favorite fighter, but I'm worried about him in the trilogy. I had a weird feeling last night, and I feel the same last fight. And I'm about to say last night you had a weird feeling. And I feel the same way now. That stuff can happen when you have a fighter that you really like fighting. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. I think he gets it done. I'm pretty confident he wins. Unless his chin is completely gone. Post-fight streams get crazy too. That is true. We had one Bellator stream get like 450 people in there. That's the most I've ever had in a stream. I think it was like 450 if I'm not mistaken. I could be lying by a little bit. I don't remember. I guess I'm not lying. I'm just misremembering. I've felt since he retired, Khabib's legacy has aged like milk, kind of fallen apart. Kind of fallen into that great, but what could have been category. Agreed. I know what you're saying. Do you think Merab is a gatekeeper? Gatekeeper for the top 5? Probably yes. I see a knockout equally as shocking by Leon. I don't think so. Who do you have in the Andre Muniz, Brendan Allen fight? I'm probably going Andre Muniz. I don't even know why they're giving Brendan Allen that fight. He doesn't even deserve that fight. I think Andre Muniz is going to beat him up, take him down, control him. You really think Umar fighting Dom? Yes. At UFC 287. That's been my prediction for a while now. We're done. Everyone get Umar versus Cruz from. I think Cruz would refuse to fight. They're the only two without a fight in the top 15. Joe, have you ever been to Boston? No, I have not. If they included all pay-per-views with your ESPN Plus subscription, let's say can charge $40 per month, I would think pay-per-view sales would do much better. I agree. Because they would sell more at the lower price, so therefore make more money. They would sell more at a cheaper price and make more money because more people would buy them. You know, if you have 500,000 people buying at $5 a pop, or you have 1 million people buying at $1 a pop, there you go. You make more money selling. Or wait, I butchered that. If you have 5 million buying at $1, and you have like 200,000 buying at like $10, you're going to make more money with the other. I don't know the exact math on those numbers. I just made up those numbers. Hence why I messed it up the first time. But you get the point. Oh, no. But yeah, I wish they would do a subscription service like that. I feel like people are jumping the gun when they say Colby may not fight again. He's wasting his career. It hasn't even been a year since his last fight. I mean, maybe, but it's coming up on a year quick. Lots of people would subscribe to ESPN Plus that way. Yep, I agree. I got family in Baltimore. Bro, you say your O's just like them. Well, there you go. You picked it out. That's interesting. I never really think of myself as having an accent, but I guess depending on where you're at, it might seem like it. When you guys listen, does it sound like I have an accent? Yes or no in the chat? I'm curious. Do I have a unique accent? Is that something that you guys think? I'm curious. How much does Francis leaving hurt the UFC? Just a little bit. UFC is always next man up. But hurts the fans for sure. UFC will be just fine. I want Leon to win so badly, but I got to realistically say Usman probably dominates. Yeah, I think Usman is going to wrestle him hard. To be honest, I think Usman comfortably gets it done. He's still got more fights in him. I agree. Explain Edwards plus 200 and Pereira plus 130. The Pereira fight's very close. So I think that's why it's closer than that. Edwards lost the majority of the first fight or second fight. So that's why he is where he's at. If Volk wins and he keeps his word about defending both belts at the same time, do you think the UFC will allow him to do so? I think they would, but he has to defend at least once a year. Each division once a year. But I doubt that happens. Everyone always says that. No one ever's done it yet. Nobody's ever done it yet, so I heavily doubt it. But if he wins, I hope he does that. I think that'd be super interesting. I think that'd be super interesting for the weight class. Who do you think is the most athletically genetic gifted fighter of the top 3 weight classes? Active or non-active? Yoel Romero was one of them for a while. At the top 3 weight classes. So middleweight, Yoel Romero. Light heavyweight, genetically gifted at light heavyweight. Probably Jon Jones, honestly. Heavyweight, I'll say Ciryl Gane. JJ Smoke says no. Patty says Warshed. I'm Canadian and can't hear an accent. You sound East Coast. Fair enough. You sound East Coast. UFC Arabia is a subscription service that allows you to see all UFC events, including pay-per-view, for about 10 USD. I might have to look into that with the VPN. I wonder if I can sign up for that. That'd be sweet. Did you think Volkanovski would be a champion before he fought Holloway? Yes. I don't remember how recent before that, but I picked him in the first Holloway fight. Most people picked Holloway in the first fight, if I'm remembering correctly. So, yeah. Cejudo defended both belts. Did he? He defended the flyweight belt. Out of nowhere. Did I say that earlier? He didn't? I thought he beat Mighty Mouse and went up. Lost to Dimitri. Yeah, he. Oh, I'm dumb. I was confused because TJ came down. So he defended against TJ, went up, took the belt, won the vacant belt against Marlon, and then defended against Cruz. So you are right there. I was mistaken. I was thinking the TJ fight was at 135. Do you think New Mexico is the king at correcting me when I say something mistaken? Do you think Izzy has become underrated? Yes, for sure. What about featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, best jeans? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll say Jose Aldo, lightweight Michael Chandler, welterweight Usman. Let's talk about how UFC 284 looks like a fight night card outside of the super fight at the top. Anyway, what's up? Dude, yeah, the UFC 284 leaves a lot to be desired. I put out a video today grading UFC 284. So if you want to check that out after the stream, it's out on the channel. I released it today. How good is UFC 284? So feel free to go watch that video. It's a solid video. I talk about every fight on the main card and criticize the card and talk about the bright spots of the card. So, yeah, go check it out. Go check it out later. It's a 2-fight card, basically. It's a 2-fight card. Volk is a savage. That he is. So durable, so well-rounded. And I really look forward to watching Volk fight. Do you think they ever give Alex the opportunity to go after Hill after defending the belt again if he wins? It's possible. It's very possible. But depends what's going on with Yuri Prohaska. Joe, if you can get UFC Arabia subscription with a VPN, let us know in the Discord. Yeah, I'll have to try that out. And any of the pay-per-views come on Sony television free of cost. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Hello, bro. What's up? You up against TJ? I realize that now. I wouldn't pay for more than $30 for a UFC pay-per-view. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. What do you think about people saying Leon was pretending to give up to dude? That's a horseshit take. Jon Jones and Henry will both lose their fight. Have been out for too long. Nobody is at the top forever. You know, I agree with the last part, but we'll see. I'm favoring both Jon Jones and Henry Cejudo. Okay, well, I don't know why you're putting someone else's live in here, but sure, if you want to go watch someone else, I'm not holding you hostage here. So adios, Cash. Did you see the interview with Leon a few days ago? He said Kamaru isn't really that good. He was only struggling because he was a mental block. Well, what happened in the first fight? Got dominated in the first fight. Weird. Very weird. Do you like any MMA handicappers from MMA Twitter or gambling Twitter? I don't really know any of them on Twitter. I don't really pay attention to gambling too much. It's just not what I'm super interested in, the gambling side of the game. So let alone the gambling on MMA Twitter. I just tweet out my opinions, look for the reporters posting news on Twitter, and that's pretty much it. So to answer your question, that was a long answer, but no. Blood Money in here. He has a YouTube channel about betting. He does a pretty good job. I haven't watched a whole lot just because I don't watch a whole lot of MMA content, but he's been a long time supporter, and from what I've seen in his live streams, I jumped in watched a few live streams. I think he does a great job. Great picks for genres last two, bantam and flyweight. Piotr Jan and Demetrius. Do you think Valentina is avoiding the Talia Santos rematch? Could be. It's hard to say, though. I'm sorry, but Ciryl Gane got a fatty. All right. Ciryl Gane got a fatty then. Do you have any good picks for UFC 284? No, I don't. Yeah, I got Islam, and I got probably Yair, but I'm still debating that one. Have you seen the video of Ciryl acting like Nate Diaz? Yes, I did. Somebody sent me that in the Discord. Somebody sent me in somebody sent me in the Discord a while ago, I think. Does UFC Fight Pass and the website work all around the world? I pay $40 and don't even see every prelim fight. That's annoying. Live in Sweden. Are you pumped to watch UFC and bet it, or do you find them boring? I don't really watch UFC and bet it, to be honest. I watch them maybe, I'd say 20% of the time. Probably about 20% of the time I watch and bet it. It's maybe less. Are seeing Gane's wrestling against Francis, it kind of worries me against Jones. But then again, we don't really know how Jones is going to look at heavyweight. I agree. I just think Jones has such a high fight IQ. He is probably just formulating a game plan, training heavily to go out there and out wrestle Ciryl Gane. UFC betting got banned in my province after the recent scandal. No gambling for me. I thought they reinstated that, but maybe I'm mistaken. Well, time gap is damaging when you don't train, but Triple C Jones and even GSP kept training all this time, so there's less pressure to prepare. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's a massive question mark surrounding Jon Jones's return. How is he going to look upon his return? I don't know. But I've said this, and I'll say it a million more times. Every single time you count Jon Jones out, every time he fights the toughest challenges he's ever faced, he always rises to the occasion. Been watching Jones for over 10 years. He always rises to the occasion. And that's why I'm probably going Jon Jones. Every time Jon Jones, this is the guy, I've heard it for, 11, 12 years now. Every time that people are saying this is the guy to beat Jon Jones, Jon Jones not only goes out there and beats them, he beats them definitively, and he usually beats them at their strong suit. So people said Glover Teixeira is going to go in there and clinch up and beat him up in the clinch and take him down and control him. And what did Jon Jones do? He went out there, clinched out with him immediately, started wrecking Glover in the clinch. People said, DC is going to go out there and out wrestle Jones. Jones went out there and took DC down multiple times in the first round. There's other examples of it. Chael Sonnen, people said people weren't, not as many people in this case, but people said Chael Sonnen might be able to go out there and out wrestle Jones. Jones went out there and immediately took them down and smashed him. Jon Jones will take what everyone thinks is your strength, and he will fight you that way. He went out against Rampage Jackson. People said Rampage Jackson's going to KO him on the feet. He went out there and struck with Rampage Jackson on the feet. Eventually ended up getting him down and submitting him, but he struck with him on the feet for a good portion of time. Same thing for not Glover Teixeira, for Gustafsson in the rematch. Struck with Gustafsson a good period of time. And every time this is the fight that Jones is supposed to lose, he rises to the occasion and performs at an all-time high. And after seeing it time and time again, I think he's going to do the same against Ciryl Gane. I mean, this is a little bit trickier because he's moving up a weight class. How is his body going to react to the extra muscle gain, to the extra weight in general? How is his stamina going to be? It's going to be super interesting. It's going to be super interesting, but that's what leads me to pick Jones. But it is a massive variable. The fact that he's been off for 3 years, the fact that he's moving up a weight class, the fact that maybe he's finally off PEDs. You know, maybe he got caught one too many times and now he's not on PEDs anymore. So we'll find out, but I think Jones is going to be more prepared than ever. And I think when he gets a big fight and everyone says this is the guy that's going to beat him, I think that's what motivates him. Derek Lewis was talking shit about DC, the presser. Do you think Cormier could? Yes. Cormier would still beat Derek Lewis. Is Jones pound for pound number one if he wins? Yes. 100%. If Jon Jones has wrestling advantage and grappling against Gane, then why didn't you use those to get Smith and Reyes done at the time? Fought down to the perceived level of opposition. Most people thought Anthony Smith and Reyes didn't have a chance. And I think Jones believed in his own hype. Would you ever bring Hamzat on your show? Sure. Islam second round submission? Okay. You said probably, Joey, gun to your head, who do you pick on the spot? What were we talking about there? For Jones Gane, I'm going probably Jones. I'm going Jones. Gun to my head, I'm picking Jones. If the person has to win and I got a gun to my head, I'm going Johnny Bones Jones. Leon versus Usman 3 will be Usman showing live for Leon by hugging Leon for 25 minutes. Again, everyone is underestimating Leon, though. We'll find out. I didn't underestimate Leon last time, but Usman won the majority of the fight. Joey, you're so beautiful. Thank you, Mark. Jones' mentality is insane. Why he's my GOAT. Until I see him lose, I'm not betting against him. Fair enough. Jones has been out for 3 years. He had his peak early, no offense, but when did Jones dominate someone the floor last time? I think the last time he dominated someone was the rematch against Alexander Gustafsson, if memory serves correct. But it is what it is. I think this is a big step up. I think this is the toughest challenge of his career. And I just have a feeling he's going to pass at flying colors. I think he's going to be taking it really seriously. And I think he's going to pass with flying colors. And it's going to be super interesting. I can't wait for that fight card. That's why I have to live stream that. I don't think I can miss that card on live stream. I think you guys have to get my live reactions to that fight. And it's funny just because, you know, I haven't even really broke down the skill sets of each fighter. But I'm telling you, I've just seen it so many times with Jones. People clown him for the poor performances. It's when he's fighting down to the level of perceived competition. He doesn't take it as seriously. When somebody says, this is the guy, Glover Teixeira, Gustafsson in the rematch, DC both times, Jones comes out and look at the performance he puts on. When he doesn't think the person has a chance, Gustafsson the first fight, Dominic Reyes, even Thiago Santos, Anthony Smith even. Anthony Smith kind of 50-50. It's not the best performances because he just doesn't care. He thinks he knows he's not going to lose. And he has close fights that way. Nice solid pick. At first I had Gane, but kind of winning me over with Jones. Not even a Jones hater, but Gane want to see him win. But damn, he can't promote his fights. Isn't it crazy Gane's in another title fight already 1 year later? Isn't it crazy that fight's 1 month away? I wish it was Jones and Gane, though. Sergey Spivak versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. That's a 50-50 fight because Spivak could get him down and beat him up. I'd probably go Jairzinho by KO, though. Jones by flying armbar. Okay. I feel bad for Gane because 2 losses in title shot will be hard to recover. Not at heavyweight. Heavyweight's always wide open. Gane did not think Francis was going to wrestle. He would keep his distance and beat Jones. Okay. I think Jones can outstrike Gane as well. I think he can out-wrestle him and outstrike him. Jon Jones is one of the most well-rounded fighters I've ever seen in my life. If not the most well-rounded fighter I've ever seen in my life. He can do it all. Clinch work, strike from the distance, dirty boxing, wrestling, ground and pound, submission skills. The only thing that Jon Jones lacks is one-punch KO power. This Jon is the next generation of heavyweights. Wouldn't surprise me. Derek Lewis versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I'd go Rozenstruik. I think he's the more technical striker. I think he KOs Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis has fallen off a cliff at this point. Gane can be a little exhausted with pressure. He was huffing a little bit versus Tuivasa. Tuivasa dropped him. Don't forget about that as well. But outside of that, Gane dominated him. So I feel like UFC London should be on British time. I don't mind watching daytime cards. But it must suck to live in London and have to stay up to 3 a.m. to finish when it's literally for the British. It's because they make their money from pay-per-view sales in the United States or in North America. So that's why it will continue to be like that. But yeah, it must suck for sure. You have way too much faith in Jon Jones. Remember, Jon Jones couldn't take down Reyes or keep him down. If you can't take down Gane, he will lose. Okay. The best part is we get to find out in 1 month. Gane sleeps Jones. Jones is washed. We have no evidence to support that, but okay. Gane moves like a middleweight, and Jones has so much trouble with big guys his size. All right. I'm looking forward to the matchup. You guys may be right. I may be right. But I'm going to stick with what I think. And I'm looking forward to seeing it play out. I think it's a super compelling matchup. Jones may very well be washed. You know, he might have trouble with Gane. That's what makes the fight so compelling. Gane is a tough matchup for anyone. Gane has better striking than Jon. I pokes Jones. Let's go Gane. Okay? It's 50-50. Yeah, I would say it's a 50-50 fight because there's such a question mark surrounding Jones. That's 3 years off, moving up a weight class. There's a massive question mark regarding Jon Jones. Gane versus Jones is better than Jones versus Ngannou, in my opinion. No. Let's do a poll on that. Which fight would you rather see? Jones versus Ngannou? Jones versus Ciryl Gane. Let's just do Gane. Guys, go vote in the poll. I posted a poll in the chat. I think the fight was Jones and Ngannou. I like both of them. But to see Jon Jones potentially flatlined against Francis Ngannou, I don't think there's anything more compelling than that. Gane's not going to flatline him, I don't think. Jones versus Ngannou was a much better fight. But it looks like the chat's 50-50 right now. But yeah, if I want to scale from 1 to 10, I would give Jones versus Ngannou like an 8.5. Jones versus Gane is like a 6.57 max. So Jones versus, seeing Jon Jones staring across from that freak athlete, Francis Ngannou, with nukes in both of his hands and his recent added wrestling. There's not a more compelling fight than Jon Jones, Francis Ngannou right now. So nobody can convince me otherwise. Gane sleeps Jones. Jones is washed. Read that already. It's 50-50. Whoa, Joey. I might be wrong, but I'll take Gane striking at the moment versus Jones. No problem. I think Jones has amazing striking. And it's super unique. It's super unorthodox. And I think he'll be able to hang in there with Gane in the striking. It looks like the chat's agreeing with me for a change. So far, 75% is taking Jones and Ngannou. I agree. Is Jones coaching with Pseudo? Because if so, that's even more dangerous. I think so, a little bit. Were you disappointed in the Nick Diaz-Anderson Silva fight? Yes, I was. People were acting like it was such a great fight. There was too much taunting for my liking and not enough fighting. Look what Jon did to Gus in the second fight. He can deal with guys his size. He dominated him. Joey, what's up, man? What's up? Have you been looking at social media comments? Many people are saying Volk will get it done. No, I have not. After Volk loses, they will say Islam is a weight bully for sure. If Jones had no layoff, I have no doubt he wins, but the layoff leaves a question. I agree. I really think Jones is just going to exploit Gane's inexperience in MMA. You can't overlook decades worth of Jones experience. That is also a massive factor I've mentioned in the past. And Gane is new to MMA. He hasn't been fighting MMA for that long. Jon Jones has been around forever. Ngannou is a trash wrestler. Gane must have the worst takedown defense ever. The only fighter in UFC that's a big favorite against everyone in the division is Islam. Jones is not the way he was 5 years ago, okay? If Islam beats Volk, who's he fighting next? It better be Beneil Dariush. Ngannou has one hit KO, but Gane is super technical and heavyweight. Everyone has KO power. All you need is one mistake. Yeah, but Gane kind of has pillow hands a little bit. He needs more of an accumulation finish. Beneil's next, agreed. I want to see Alex versus Hill at the end of the year. That would be craziness. Marab versus Umar. Sign me up. I go Umar. Gus was worse in the second fight. Okay. Jones will take him down and try to do his ground and pound. Those brutal elbows. Bro, Ngannou versus Jones is 10 times better than Gane Jones. 10 times, maybe not. 5 times, probably. But yeah, I would much prefer Ngannou Jones. And it seems like the chat agrees with me. So the only people that kind of lost when Jones left or when Ngannou left is us fans. I would have Ngannou KO over Jon. I just feel Francis would go in there to take his head off 100%, especially with the motivation knowing it's Jones and his value. Dude, Ngannou, imagine Ngannou chasing down Jones, swinging for the fences. Whew, oh my God, the tension would be so high. Jon versus Ngannou would literally be the biggest fight of all time in terms of hype. I agree. It's there with Habib GSP. It's the biggest missed opportunity in the UFC. I agree. It's all about ego. But if the fight goes past round 1, I have Jon. Not going to lie, I forgot to mention that. I think Ciryl Gane has good cardio. I don't know why you say that. It seems like Henry is more focused as a trainer than himself. I also think he's done. I think he'll be back. I think Frankie Edgar should have fought someone like Chris Montini for his retirement. That's never the way the UFC does it, but you're right. I'll give you that. Joey Gane does have pillow hands. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get my point. Saying a heavyweight fighter has pillow hands, yeah. You get my point. The only way I see Gane winning is if Jones has not been training. Fair enough. Thoughts on Chandler dismissing Arman as if he's nobody? I'm just getting sick and tired of people holding their rankings hostage. It's annoying as hell. I think the toughest fight for Jon Jones right now is Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall. I don't have an issue with that. I think you're probably right. Ciryl Gane's not easy though. Gane does kind of have pillow hands for his division. He does do damage though. That's what I kind of mean. Compared to the power that we're used to seeing in the heavyweight division, his kind of lacks a little bit. Do you hate boxing? I don't hate it. I'm not a big fan or anything. And Gane versus Jones definitely has more hype, but I feel like Gane is a tougher fighter, just my opinion. I don't disagree with that. Make a poll, Conor plus Tony or Conor. I don't want to even talk about that. I hate the Ultimate Fighter with a passion. With a burning passion, I am not a fan of the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, not a big fan. Let me go. I forgot to do this. Now I just realizing this. Save the playlist. Boom. Done. Guys, if you have not liked the stream yet, like the stream. It helps out the channel. It helps push the live chat. I want to get to a point soon enough where we get 100 people on average for the weekly live chat, okay? We've been hovering around like 50 to 80 the last few weeks. I know kind of MMA kind of took a little bit of a downturn. But yeah, like the stream. If you guys want to help the channel, I say this like every stream. The number one thing you guys can do is when you watch one of my videos, watch it all the way till the end, like it, and comment on it. That's the best way to help the algorithm, boost it in the algorithm. So when you click on one of my videos, attempt to watch it all the way to the end and give it a like, give it a comment, and boost it in the algorithm. If you want to see the channel hit 10K before the 2-year anniversary. That's my goal. I got 2 full months to hit 10K. It's going to be tough to get. I got to average 1,000 subscribers per month. But with March coming up, I think it's very, very possible. If not, we'll get very, very close. So, but that's what you guys can do. Watch the videos all the way to the end. And appreciate it. Would appreciate it. You ever seen, I have no idea what you're talking about, Lethwy? I think Jones will outclass Gane in all honesty. That'd be crazy if he just completely dominates him. Habib is a low-key taking shot at Leon. Even Javier said Islam played with Leon. Islam calling out Leon would not surprise me. I did not know that. I did not see that. I hope Armin destroys Chandler and sends him back to Bellator. Bellator ain't taking him back at this point. I think Jones will outclass Gane. Are you streaming Bellator for this weekend? Even though he's washed, intrigued in Fader's last fight. I may. I got to see what time it comes on. Islam goal was pound for pound. I think calling out Leon is the next possible goal. Not if Leon loses to Usman. Moves and hits like a middleweight. Yep, there you go. Tough holds up divisions, agreed. I'll never forget when they announced Pettis versus Melendez. That was a fight everyone wanted to see. They announced it in like February or March, and the fight wasn't going to happen until December. What a joke. What an absolute joke that was. I remember being pissed. All right, so it looks like the majority of the chat, 78% of the chat, says they want to see Jones versus Ngannou next. Do you remember which event you went to you had the best experience? For me, it was 241. Probably 172. The fight card was incredible. Probably 172. Chandler thinks he's getting Conor, but what if he doesn't? I hope he doesn't. I hope the UFC doesn't reward him for acting like an asshole. I mean, I think Henry loses to Sterling. I think he beats Sterling. Is it just me or Burns negative 500 kind of crazy? I don't think a lot of people are high on Masvidal anymore, so I don't think it's that crazy. But it does seem a little bit like over the top, though. But it's not that crazy. Fedor's going to get KO'd in the first, sadly. Dude, how is Fedor still fighting? Armin versus Islam 2. Sign me up. That's a fight I want to see badly. And I think the toughest fight for him is Tom Aspinall, even over Curtis Blades. I don't know. Tom Aspinall hurt his knee. I don't know what he's going to look like when he comes back. Good morning, Thomas. Imagine they did Peña Nunes back-to-back on Tough for their trilogy. Oh, my goodness. Please no. So now it means that Mike Chandler's officially ducking Armin Saruki in respect for Gaethje to fight top contenders like Fiziev. I don't want to push that narrative too much, but it seems like it. But you never know. UFC may force his hand. Chandler wanted Hooker to give him a shot. Now he refused to give anyone else a chance. That is true. And he complained about Poirier not wanting to fight him too. Do you think Ngannou will ever rejoin the UFC? You talking about Jones staring him down from across the octagon makes me really want to see that fight. That was one of my most anticipated fights I want to see for the last 2 years. I hope so, but very doubtful. If every MMA YouTube called out Chandler and Poirier for not fighting down, maybe we could pressure them into fight down, respect Gaethje. Maybe, but we'll see what happens. Let's hold off until their next fights are announced. Who will you pick, Islam or Leon? I'll probably pick Islam, honestly. Did you see Pavlovich weird tweet meme? Bro posted a meme calling him 245 pounds of white power and said he kills people. No, I did not. Is it a hot take to say Henry beats everyone at 35? Yeah, kind of, but not. It's not. I mean, I don't think it's crazy ridiculous. I don't think it's crazy ridiculous at all. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I'd like to see Henry Cejudo versus Piotr Jan. That's what I want to see. That's a fight I'm dying to see. I mean, that's a fight I've been wanting to see for many, many years, seems like. 60 likes and 62 people give Joey a like, all the new people. Yeah, is there anybody in the stream that just found the channel like in the last couple of days? Let me know if you just found the channel. I'm curious. You think Cheeto ever becomes champion? I'm going to say no. Nice. I got hyped when I heard Nate do the Masvidal call out live, but my favorite seeing DC get beat up. You said, hold on, let me go back and look. Oh, yeah. So you went to the rematch of DC. Was that the rematch or the trilogy? UFC 241. It was a rematch, right? Yes, it was. It's hard to believe they fought 3 times. It's hard to believe that was 4 years ago. That was 4 long years ago. Yo Romero, Paulo Costa that night was incredible. Was absolutely incredible. Okay, where are we at? I mean, to lose the early rounds and then come back and finish him with body shots after making the adjustments. That must have been something to see live. 241. I wish I was there. Man, I wish Tom didn't get injured. Really wanted to see him fight Gane. There was a lot of great matchups for Gane, and now he's on the sidelines for a while. I hope he returns middle of this year. Chandler also said, I don't even know who Gamrot is. Dude, Chandler is just comes off annoying as hell. I forgot about that. True. I get it. Poirier and Chandler don't want to be the next Jim Miller Cowboy. But they still have to fight. That they do. Dustin and Justin at least fought down to Chandler, but Chandler won't unless it's Conor. Dude just wants the money. Can't wait for Merab to get airlifted out of the arena. The title will return to its rightful owner soon. Yeah, I hope you're right. I think Jan will eventually become champion again. At this point, I'm rooting for Aljo. The amount of hate he gets is wild. He does get a lot of hate, from myself included. How do you see Islam versus the welterweight top 5? Let me take a look. I think he loses to Usman. I think he could beat Leon. He could beat Colby, but that's going to be a tough one. I'll say he loses to Bilal and he beats Gilbert. So it's a mixed bag on that one. Yeah, I found your channel this week, and I really like your content. Just casual, opinionated, and engaging. Thank you, McPhilly. I'm glad you found the channel. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Being a opinionated MMA fan. And I just say what I think. I don't care if people get pissed off or not. I think Islam will only get better at 170. I'd be curious to see what he looked like at 170 for sure. I think he beats everyone except Hamzat. He would lose to Hamzat for sure. Hey, Punk, long time no speak. I'm the king of the Myra Buena Silva fan club. God bless you, bro. Keep up the good work. Say something good about MBS, please. No. But thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. UFC doing a poor job promoting UFC 284. On the other hand, they got so many videos promoting Power Slap. It's an embarrassment. I can vouch for the whole arena. We thought Yoel won. I thought Yoel won as well. I'm pressed that Blades first Aspinall ended in injury. That was going to be a great fight. Yeah, it was super unfortunate. And that was like a string of like injuries that were fights never got to play out. The moment Hamzat moves up, Islam goes to welterweight. Maybe so. Can you name the next 3 fights Umar needs for a title shot? Dominic Cruz, Corey Sandhagen, and then he fights for a title. So he fights twice and then he fights for a title. Bro, he loses to Bilal. Islam wipes the floor with Bilal. Okay. Loses to Bilal. Really, Joey? Burns would sub Bilal. He keeps running. What the fuck is the point in Merab? Dude, it's annoying. He won't fight for the title. Damn, Joey with the hot take. Dude, Bilal has good defensive wrestling, and he has good striking. Bilal may starch out Islam Makhachev, to be honest. He may starch him out. I'd probably pick Bilal. Just off the top of my head, Bilal beats Islam Makhachev. Stuffs the takedown and just waxes him on the feet. Joe, you can't say Bilal beats Islam because Bilal said multiple times everyone on their team ragdolled him. Did he really? Okay. Maybe he's just being overly complimentary to him. But maybe. Bilal deserves title shot before everyone except Usman. Fair enough. Islam has to lose to Hamzat. He gets a call from Kradoff or Kadyrov. Probably. There's no way Islam loses to Bilal. I think because of the age, Islam beats Usman. No, he's not beating Usman. Do you think Kaikara is underrated or just part of one of the most stacked divisions? He's one of my favorite fighters. Can we get your thoughts on him? He's an elite level fighter. I do think he doesn't get enough attention, but it's because the flyweight division as a whole doesn't get enough attention. So, yeah. I mean, he's a great fighter. I think he'll be fighting for a title, in the next year or two again. And I look forward to it. He's always going to be one of the top, 5, 6 guys in the division. But the division is maturing vastly. And he was looking good in that Moreno fight, too. I mean, he started winning the round. He got finished. Islam beats Colby, Leon Burns, and Islam beats Usman if Usman is falling off. Dude, I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't mind reading the headline. Marab brutal. Stop, dude. I'm not going to wish that on anyone. Yeah, he said Islam has so many tricks and subs him quick instead of punching him. Okay. Rip the Perth card. Volk and Islam are carrying the whole card. Yeah, rip RIP. Now, Joey, how do you see the welterweights top 5 in middleweight? I think they would all, most of them are wrestlers. I think they would all get wrecked probably. I mean, they would have a chance maybe against Pereira, but I think he'd be too big for him. I don't see anyone at welterweight having a massive amount of success. People sleep on Bilal so much he deserves a title shot. I think Islam beats everyone at welterweight except maybe Bilal. Joey, why aren't you watching Power Slap? That is a good question. Since Francis isn't in the UFC, Lewis is likely the hardest hitter in the UFC. Don't disagree. At Joe Rogan's podcast, Bilal said even the young guys in Habib's team beats him. He might have just been over-exaggerating. Leon was killing Bilal before the stoppage. That is true. I would favor Leon to beat up Bilal. Usman is 36, many injuries. I think Usman was exposed on the ground with Leon. Okay. Merab is literally ruining the best division. Something needs to be done about it. I know what you're saying. I don't necessarily disagree with you that he's having, he's shitting on bantamweight for sure. It's super unfortunate. Who's the fastest fighter in the UFC? Fastest fighter? I don't know. Probably one of the flyweight men. Farting out of the blue, prime hydration corner or center. I just threw it in my mouth. Me too. It's not like the UFC did not try for the Australian card. I know. Hamzat versus Islam would be crazy at 170. Agreed. While Habib came in when Bilal was tired and smashed him, Bilal said Habib is not a nice guy. He keeps laughing at him and talking shit, trying to break while Islam was and gave him advice. Okay, I did not know any of that. I do not watch Bilal ever on a podcast. Not my cup of tea. Let me see what's going on in the world right now. Let's see. What the heck is this? Oof. Let's see. What do we got going on here? I can't believe we almost went 2 hours already. We almost went 2 hours. If you guys have any final questions, throw them in the chat. We're going to go for another couple minutes. And then I'm going to go to sleep. What is this? Somebody's playing on PS4 right now on Twitch, it looks like. Someone's playing EA Sports UFC 2. I'm looking. All right, let's go back to this one. PS4 broadcast. All right, guys, look. Final questions, throw them in the chat. Any news on Royval? Haven't heard his name in a while. Does he have a fight? I can't remember. Cop looked fast in his last fight that he did. Song Yudong is the fastest, I think. Song Yudong is very fast. Allen fast in featherweight besides Volk. Nah, Yair. Look, Bilal's interview with Michael Bisping. Bilal said Islam would do good at welterweight, and he's walking around 190 like him. He's a killer. I only saw him versus Sandhagen, but he's so damn fast. Thoughts on JJ Smoke? Don't really have any. I'm playing UFC 3 right now, best combat in UFC game. You think Gregory Rodriguez makes a comeback? Yeah, I think he'll be back. Next stream, I might jump on for a little while tomorrow night. Listen, I found a channel, guys. It's just some guy streaming. He doesn't have like a serious channel. He's got 26 subscribers. He's got one person watching right now. Just having fun. I'm not saying he's trying to grow his channel or anything. But do me a favor, guys. Go to his channel. Say MMA Joey sent you. Watch him for a little bit. He's playing UFC gameplay. Give him some support. I like to support, other communities. Just go into his chat, like his stream, watch for a little bit, interact with him. People enjoy that type of stuff. I remember when I used to have like 5-10 people in my streams. So go show this guy some support. He's just streaming some UFC gameplay. Here is the link. There is the link, guys. Go to that. Oh, that's not the right link. That is not the right link. I'm sorry. Hold on. That didn't even work. Somehow that didn't even work. Let me remove that link and let me fix it. Let me see if this works. Let me see if this one works. Don't work. Okay, that one works. There you go. Guys, go to that stream, show them some support, and I will talk to you guys later. Good night.